great big sky. Pip sat at the very bottom of the mossy nest, tucked away where the walls were high and the wind couldn't reach him. While the other young birds chirped about the fluffy white clouds, Pip was busy counting the tiny twigs under his feet. To Pip, the ground below looked like a very long way away, and his tummy did a dizzy flip every time he even thought about looking over the edge. His friend Sora landed on the edge of the nest with a soft, confident thump. "The sky is waiting, Pip," she chirped, shaking the morning dew from her bright feathers. Pip shook his head and burrowed deeper into the moss. "I like the nest," he whispered. "The nest is sturdy. The nest doesn't move. The sky is too empty." Sora hopped down beside him, her presence warm and calm. "You don't have to look at the ground, Pip," she said gently. "Try looking at the way the sunlight dances on the leaves above us. It looks like gold coins falling through the trees." Pip peeked out from under a wing and saw the flickering light, feeling a tiny spark of wonder. Sora hopped onto a thick, sturdy branch just outside the nest. "Just one hop, Pip. One little hop to join me on the porch." Pip felt his legs shaking like jelly, but Sora held out a steady wing to show him the way. Slowly, Pip took a tiny trembling step out of the nest and onto the rough, solid bark of the branch. They sat together on the branch, the old oak tree swaying ever so slightly in the breeze. Sora pointed toward the distant horizon where the blue sky met the green hills. "Do you feel that?" she asked as a gentle wind ruffled Pip's feathers. "The wind isn't trying to push you off, it's trying to hold you up like a giant invisible hand." Suddenly, a big gust of wind whirled through the forest. The branch swayed back and forth, and the leaves hissed like 1,000 tiny snakes. Pip squeezed his eyes shut and gripped the bark with his claws until his toes ached. He felt very small, and the world felt very, very high. Sora didn't fly away. She stayed right where she was, leaning her chest into the wind with a brave sparkle in her eyes. "The air is your friend, Pip," she called out over the whistling breeze. "It's like a soft pillow that follows you wherever you go. You just have to trust that your wings know what to do, even if your heart is a little noisy." Pip opened one eye and looked at Sora, then at a bright green leaf fluttering just a few inches away. He decided not to look at the ground at all. He focused only on that leaf. With a deep breath that puffed out his chest, he gave a sudden, determined flap, 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 and landed right on top of it. The leaf bounced under his weight, but Pip didn't fall. He felt a sudden, magical lightness in his bones. He looked at the vast blue sky and realized it wasn't a giant hole to fall into. It was a giant playground waiting for him to explore. With a bold chirp, Pip pushed off the leaf and let the wind catch him. Pip was flying. He spiraled higher and higher until the big oak tree looked like a small bush and the rivers looked like silver ribbons. He wasn't afraid of the height anymore because he had discovered that the sky wasn't something to fear. It was his home. Pip soared through the sunlight, finally seeing the world the way it was meant to be seen.